Danny Green won a title last year with the Raptors and Kawhi. He picked up the phone. His agent said, go out to L.A. with the Lakers and LeBron. Second time, by the way, playing with LeBron. He played in Cleveland with him once, right, early on. And so Danny goes to the Lakers, and in the strangest NBA season ever, he won another championship. He is nice enough to join us live now. Inside the Green Room is his podcast, the Danny Green Podcast. So let's start with this. Last year, you're in Canada, and you win a championship, and then you go out to Los Angeles, very, very glitzy, and then all of a sudden the pandemic hits, and you're in the bubble. My gut feeling for you guys, you tell me, was this the hardest season of your life because of the pandemic and the bubble?
For sure. For me personally, I would have to say because mentally and emotionally, it's the toughest. It's a roller coaster. Every, obviously, ride, every journey has a roller coaster in its own sense, and the season's usually the length. This is being an extra longer season and having a pandemic with the passing of so many greats that we've had, of course, Cole and so many other celebrities that we've had in our area, and David Stern. It's been a rough mentally, emotionally, and being in a bubble, being that type of atmosphere, trying to stay locked in. I mean, obviously, physically, it drains you a little bit, but more mentally, emotionally, I think this roller coaster ride has been the craziest of the one I've ever been on for any season, for any year that I've been a part of. So I think it's the toughest for me, for sure.
Danny, the Lakers did not play great in the bubble the first couple of weeks. Then whatever happened, it clicked. What happened? What changed it?
I agree. I still think that our team, as deep as we are and the talent that we have, we can still play better. I think we had great spurts. We had great glimpses of what we can do. But I said the bubble for us, it seemed like we were taking a while to get a rhythm, to figure it out. We still didn't play or shoot great throughout most of that season, the whole bubble series. So, yeah, I believe that we can reach another level. But, yeah, it took us a while. I think we just mentally, the chess match, our coaching staff, I have to give them full credit. And obviously, Bron and Rondo, they start with the leading of our basketball, the two basketball geniuses, Jared Dudley as well. They just led our group with figuring out mentally of how to beat teams playing chess. But if we were to try to play to our highest level talent wise, I think we could have still been a lot better. But we got it done in an unfortunate circumstance. And I think it was more so just because of our coaching staff and our mental capacity of IQ, of high IQ players we have on our team.
Yeah, well, no, I totally agree. Rondo's a really unique player. So Game 5, you have an open three, you miss it. You've made a lot of jumpers in your career, and everybody's banging on Danny Green, and Danny Green can't hit a shot, and everybody, Danny Green. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, that guy's got to go back to his hotel room in Orlando and listen to all that nonsense. Did it wear on you? Because you came out in Game 6 and you were hot, so it obviously didn't affect you. But what was that like to be Danny Green for about 24 hours?
I mean, each game is different in the playoffs. You can't say, oh, because they won this game, the momentum is with them. You refresh, you circle back, you play another game and figure it out. But yeah, that 24 hours was tough. But because I've been in LA all year, I've been conditioned to hearing that stuff all year. So it's nothing new to me. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't taking too much on it. I wasn't harping on it. I just took it as you said. I did miss a shot. I definitely could shoot better. Could have made that one. Could have shot better all playoff, all bubble. I know that, but I know that there was another game we had an opportunity, and that this team, not myself alone, but this team is very resilient. We have some good character guys, some guys that fight through some mental tough, emotional tough situations, and our champions. They have championship DNA. So I didn't, wasn't shaken or worried by any means for our group or myself. I knew that we would bounce back. I know myself would bounce back. And end of the day, regardless of hitting shots or not, I know I'm going to play hard and leave it all out on the floor. I knew my teams would do the same.
Anthony Davis and LeBron got along the minute this team was connected. Joy and I kept saying the chemistry on this team, like the first week was great. What is it about AD and LeBron? What is it about their personalities that it just seems like, and honestly, it looks like they're family?
I think that chemistry, that relationship started before AD even got here, which made it easier. They were friends before they got here. They were close. And obviously them being in the same city and living together, it became family. But because of that friendship, because of that relationship beforehand, it made it easier for them to just gel, and it made everybody for us to follow suit easier. We had so many different veterans on our team that knew their role, accepted their role, embraced our roles, that it made it easy for everybody to kind of just fall into place. It started with Doe, Dwight, Jared Dudley, all those guys, JaVale McGee, all those guys that have so many years in this league, that played for so many years and been to those final stages or been in the playoffs, to understand, what those two guys needed, what we needed to do, what we needed to be in order to get this thing done.
Yeah, Danny Green is joining us, started 21 playoff games for the Lakers. You look at the bubble. I mean, listen, I've been to Disney World before, but even on a vacation, after about 6 days, I'm done with it. Were there moments, Danny, where you were like, man, I'm just done with this thing? Like, were there days it was hard to get up and get motivated to play?
For sure, plenty of moments, especially early on when we didn't have our families there. The first 2 months we weren't having and I felt bad for the coaches because they weren't able to see their wives and kids and their families until it was all done. So definitely the first 2 months, it was definitely draining on us not to see our family, not having our kids or dogs, whatever we're used to having around us, our support system. And toward the end, it's like, man, where the social media is getting to you, and you're trying to just want to get out, and you feel you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But you have to get the job done. You have to get that one more win, that 2 more wins. So toward the end, I feel like guys, it was kind of really getting to them. You could tell the air was changing. There was, I think, a storm coming. It was, I guess, the rain season down there, so the air was kind of getting a little foggy for most guys, and guys were just getting antsy to get the hell out of there and get home. So that last week there was the first couple weeks, I guess, after the first month before our families got there, and the last couple weeks, the last 2 weeks or so, guys were just really ready to really get home. I think we were more focused on getting home than actually achieving the goal. It's like, all right, we got to get this win. We got to get home. We got to get out of here. The ring and the trophy is great, but we're like, yo, I want to get home. But yeah, that's definitely the reward, winning the trophy and having a ring and celebrating for a city. But for us, it was just be able to get out of that bubble and be with our families and friends and be able to just relax a little bit and get some fresh air. But it was all worth it, man. End of the day, we know it was going to be a tolling thing on our minds and our bodies. But we went through it. Guys stayed locked in, stayed focused, and we achieved the goal. We got the job done, and now we're able to relax and be home. And I don't think guys even need to celebrate. I think just being home and being at their homes, or just celebrating by relaxing, is good enough for us and all. We don't even need to party. We just need to just be at home.
Yeah. So he won a championship, obviously, with the Spurs. That's where it all started. Then it was the Raptors, and now it's Los Angeles. He signed a 2-year deal with the Lakers for a lot of dough. And he is living an NBA dream, a young guy who's worked hard, played defense, hit shots. I don't know if I believe in luck and stuff, but listen, I think we've all had good fortune in life, and it seems like your career's getting better we got a minute left. The longer you play, the better it gets.
Christmas every day, man. I'm very lucky. But I said, luck doesn't happen by itself. You do have to work hard. I did have to put a lot of hours and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this game. But I've been very fortunate, man, to play for a lot of great organizations, a lot of great teams, alongside some great players and coaches. So I can't be thankful enough for the situations, opportunities that God has given me, and this league has given me. So thank you for having me on the show and everything. And I said I'm happy to be in LA, just relaxing with my family, and happy to be a part of this organization and also a part of history. So we'll win another championship here in Los Angeles.
Okay, it's called Inside the Green Room. It's Danny Green's podcast. What a crazy, nutty year. Congrats to you and your family, and thank you. We'll call you again to have you on. Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Listen, he had Popovich, and then he got Nick Nurse, and then he got Frank Vogel, and I thought Vogel had I thought they did a really good job with this team. The chemistry, you put a bunch of stars together and old veterans, and they got habits, and it all worked, and Vogel and his staff did a very nice job. Jason Kidd.
Yeah, they were tremendous.
Tremendous. Don't give up. More energized. Stay lean. Check out mdriveformen.com today. Walmart has it. So does Rite Aid Vitamin Shop. M Drive for Men. Check it out. The supplement I take every morning. See you tomorrow. The Herd.